Good morning, all my crafty friends. This is Dora, the Fluid Crafter, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for all my subscribers who keep tuning in and watching my videos. I appreciate you so much. It is because of you that keep coming back that I keep putting these videos up, so I hope that you enjoy them. Thank you to all my new subbies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you are enjoying yourself and getting inspired. And in today's video, we are going to make a couple of tags, and well, a tag and a bookmark really, but you can make them both as tags or both as bookmarks. That's totally up to you. I am using two of the dies that I got from CoBeads, and so we are going to collaborate for CoBeads today. I will show you the dies as I put them on, and I will also link them down below so you can find them really easy. These dies are wonderful. They cut like butter and beautiful. Oh, okay. So this here is just a tag die, and I cut out some fall, and I touched the camera. I apologize. Fall wording, and I made it to where it goes down the side. It makes the tag look longer, kind of like your clothes. And on this one here, I am going to place the deer and tree die. Now this does have a frame, okay, that cuts out with it, but I cut the frame off so that it will blend onto the tag here very nicely, like so. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue that down. I'm just using some art glitter glue. Art glitter glue does wonderful for this. Now I'm not going to put glue all over the place. I'm only going to put it in little sections, just enough to hold it down, because I don't want it oozing out everywhere. And not much. You don't need a whole lot. I mean, I don't... I used to put the glue all over the place, but then I stopped doing that because it was coming out all the sides, and then it was just getting everywhere, and yeah, it was just, especially with these little intricate dies, it's just, it becomes too much, you know? Especially when you've got little small pieces. Like I said, just enough to hold it down. And yes, I know my little tip here is getting caught in between the, I'm trying to get at least the as much as I can covered without it getting everywhere. Okay, let's put this down. Like that. That looks good. Yay. And also with cutting the frame out, you can actually push the trees in closer together. And so it's on the tag. Okay. And then I'm going to, and I cut this out of just some Christmas paper, so that way it already has the little shiny bits and foil and things like that on there, so I don't have to do anything extra on there. Just looks really good like that. And this is going to be just a little simple tag, something I could put in my journal. And so I'm going to take out my little Tim Holtz Christmas stamps. I'm going to grab a piece of watercolor paper, and I'm going to measure here. I'm going to tear it to make it look, you know, a little grungier. Not like, you know, steampunk grungy or anything, but just a little bit to rough up the edges, because I want to, you know, put a little dye around the edges. Okay, that works, and then we'll just take a little bit off the bottom here. I'm just tearing the paper. Yeah, that'll work just like that. And let's see, that one will fit right on there too. Okay, so we're going to use Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Let me get my black ink here. And this is the Tim Holtz Distress ink. It's the black soot. Let me make sure I got all that covered. Okay. Perfect. I'll clean that off in just a second. And so now we have our Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. I'm actually going to shrink this down just a little bit here. Trying not to touch it until it dries. I think I did on accident. That's okay. Okay. Now I'm just using the Vintage Photo. And then I'm just going to glue this right to the top. FYI, don't touch it until it's dry. Because I did by accident. I'm just going to place that right there like that. Like so. Now I'm going to let that one dry for just a bit. Move this out of the way. And then I'm going to bring my, excuse me, my next one over. And this one here is just watercolor paper and a piece of, it's supposed to be Christmas paper, but I think it's just regular cardstock paper. Now for this one here, I'm going to distress all the sides, even the watercolor. And I'm just running down the edges. I'm not trying to, you know, make a perfect line or anything like that. I'm just trying to make an uneven line so it looks like it's been worn naturally. Okay, and then there's that. And then we're also going to do this one. And I tore this one off of camera so that way, before I started, that way it was already done. You guys didn't have to sit through me doing that. If I bump the camera, I apologize. I've got a new setup and I'm not used to it yet. Okay, and so there's that. And now we're going to go ahead and glue this down. Again, I'm just using art glitter glue. I am not gobbing it. I'm not going over it 100 times. I'm just coating it once. That's really all that you need. And just give it a good press down. If you want, you can use a bone folder. And I'm just going to do it like this. And so now we have our tag base. And, well, this is actually going to be a bookmark. Okay? And now I have this beautiful tree die. And so I'm going to add this on first. Okay? But before I do that, I'm going to ink up around the outside edges. I'm not going to try to get on the inside, but just to kind of get that white off of there. And like I said, not all of it, but just, you know, where I can get to. Okay, and we're going to place this onto here. So I'm going to turn my tag sideways, so when I'm done gluing, I can okay. And I'm just going to write up the branch here first. Like I said, I might be off camera a little bit, but I'm just doing the same as I did before and just gluing around the tips and stuff here just to kind of make sure that they stay down. Sometimes it's kind of hard to do because they're so thin. But just do the best you can if you're using intricate dies. You know, nothing in the world is perfect anyhow. I find beauty in imperfection more than I do in perfection. So now we're going to put this tree, whoops, sorry, I touched you again. And I'm going to line it up against the side here, like that. And I'm just going to touch it down like we did before. Like that. And so it gives that beautiful tree on the background. It almost looks like it's part of that background. It's so cool. Now, to give it a more autumn feel, I have cut out these leaf from CoBeads dies, just like the deer one, and I will link these down below as well. And I'm going to put this on the tree to give it more of an autumn feel, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the bottom, but I'm not going to throw that away, okay? And I'm going to add this to a part of the tree. Now this here I'm not going to glue all the way down. I do want it to kind of pop up just a little bit. And so I'm just going to do the actual branch portions. Okay, and we are going to place this one about right there. Just right over top, it's okay. And like I said, the whole thing's not going to be pushed down, and that's fine. I want the little pieces, and you'll see why in just a moment. And now this little piece that I cut off, I'm just going to put right there to come down the tree, to be a part of the tree. I'm just going to cut off what I don't need, like that, and then put just a tad of glue under it. I don't know if I got any glue. Yeah, I did. Okay, like that. And then this is the other part of the die. This is the other leaf. Okay, I'm going to cut this section off right here, this little section, so that I can use that. And then I'm going to cut this top section off. Don't throw this bottom piece away yet. We're going to do the same with this. We're going to put a little bit of glue on the back. This one's a little easier. It's got bigger leaves. And we're just going to place this one right over like this. Right on top. Okay, move that out of the way, like that. Then we're going to take this little one that we cut, and we're going to place it right up here. This little bottom one with the little leaves, I'm going to cut it off this, cut the leaves off of the stem. Whoops. Let me pick that back up. If I'm able to. Okay. Move that stem out of the way. And then I'm just going to glue these like this, like they're falling off the tree. Like so. Okay. And now we have some fall bits on our tree. So now the next thing that I want to do is I want to add a sentiment on it. So we're going to use our watercolor paper again, except we're going to do a smaller one, and we're going to do a fall themed one. Okay, and I just want it to go straight across the middle. So I'm just going to try to even it and match it up as much as possible. Like so. I think that would be good right there. Okay, and so I'm going to ink up the edges, and we are going to put a little sentiment on that one as well. Okay, again with just Vintage Photo. This one here I'm going to make a little bit darker because I want it to stand up off of the page. Give it that, you know, that 3D look. And then I'm just going to rub it. I'm not blending, I'm just barely rubbing it. That way it gives it that old vintage look. Okay, and then we are going to put a sentiment, and let's see if that one is big enough. Not sure if it is. It might be, but it might not be. Let's test it. I'm using the Maker's Movement Autumn dies. They are just so lovely, or autumn stamps. They are just so lovely. FYI, they do stain when you stamp with permanent inks on them, which is okay by me, you know, it doesn't bother me any. So what does this say? With a grateful heart, will that fit on there? Oh, that will fit on there. Perfect. This one, though, I'm going to have to get my stamp pad for, or my stamping block, because I don't want to mess that one up. So let me grab my stamping block, which in turn, they're not really stamping blocks. These are just acrylic beveled glass pieces I picked up at a yard sale. They work just fine though. So we're going to put that on there. Make sure it's straight. Okay, good enough. Now let me see if I can, and that would be upside down. So it needs to go that way. I have done that before. I have stamped something upside down and then, or I mean put a stamp on the block and then realized it was upside down. Oh yeah. Okay, that works for me. Okay, we're going to do black ink again. Just because it's easier, you can see it better. Okay. And then I'm just going to stamp it right on there. Yay! I will also in turn clean that off in just a moment. Okay, we're going to set these to the side. Well, whoops. Sorry guys. Like I said, I apologize for touching the camera. Still not totally used to it, but we're going to go ahead and glue this down. I'm not going to touch the top of that. My husband is awake now, so I need to hurry. I'm going to smush it down with a piece of paper once I get it where I want it. And we're going to put this right about here, like that. And then I'm just going to do this. This way I don't smudge the ink. Like so. Like that. And then now we have a beautiful autumn little bookmark, or you can use it as a tag. You can put a little hole in the top, some ribbon or something, if that's what you'd like. So there's one. And then back over here to this one. There is a little moon that comes with it, and so I wanted to put this on here somewhere, or maybe even up here. Yeah, let's put it up there. I think it looks good up there. And because these are going in my journal, I don't want them too bulky. Now, if these were gifts for someone, or maybe a part of a collection, then I would probably, you know, decorate it with, like you got, you know, some poinsettias you can put on there. Or you can put a little wreath up at the top, you know, for Christmas. You can put a little bit of flowers. You could even add a little Christmas tree on the side. But like I said, since I am using this as a tag, I don't want to do that. But just to give you some ideas, and that does look really pretty with the tree on the side. So, I apologize. I had to shut my door. My husband is now awake. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, this little, simple way to make a tag using your dies. If you're new, or if you are trying, new things, or you want to try something different, not sure how to do it, well, there's you a couple of ideas. So I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Stay blessed. Think outside your box. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.